Are you dreaming of a perfect Caribbean vacation? Imagine white sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, and warm sunshine. But what if your trip turns into a financial nightmare because of unnecessary expenses? Many travelers unknowingly spend way more than they need to, falling into common tourist traps that drain their budget. From overpriced taxis to hidden resort fees, these sneaky expenses can quickly add up. Tourists often pay extra simply because they don't know better. But the good news? You don't have to make the same mistakes. With the right knowledge, you can experience the best of the Caribbean without overspending. In this video, we'll uncover the biggest tourist traps and show you exactly how to avoid them. Whether you're planning a trip to the Bahamas, Jamaica, or the Dominican Republic, these tips will help you save money while still enjoying an unforgettable vacation. Let's get started. Overpriced airport taxis. After a long flight, most travelers just want to reach their hotel as quickly as possible. This is where airport taxis take advantage. Many tourists hop into the first cab they see, only to realize later that they've paid double or even triple the fare price. Some drivers overcharge by taking longer routes or using fixed rates instead of meters. To avoid this, plan your transportation before landing. Many Caribbean destinations have local ride-hailing apps that offer lower fares than airport taxis. Apps like Uber or Bolt operate in some areas, and they provide upfront pricing. Another great option is to pre-book a shuttle service, which can be much cheaper than a last-minute taxi ride. If you're staying at a hotel, check if they provide free airport transfers. Many resorts offer complimentary pickup services, saving you both time and money. For example, a traveler arriving in Jamaica might pay $50 for a taxi, while a local cab just outside the airport would have charged only $25 for the same ride. A little research before your trip can help you avoid this common tourist trap. Tourist-only restaurants. Eating out is a big part of any vacation, but dining at the wrong places can quickly drain your budget. Many restaurants near beaches, popular attractions, and resorts charge inflated prices just because they cater to tourists. These places often focus more on presentation than quality, offering average food at high costs. A smart way to avoid overpaying is to ask locals where they eat. People who live in the area know the best spots that serve delicious meals at fair prices. Street food vendors and small family-run cafes often provide more authentic and affordable options. Not only do they serve fresh, homemade dishes, but they also let you experience the true flavors of the Caribbean. For example, a traveler in the Bahamas might spend $30 on a basic seafood dish at a beachfront restaurant, while just a few blocks away, a small local eatery serves a tastier version for only $10. By stepping away from tourist-heavy areas and exploring where the locals dine, you can enjoy better meals while saving money. Pricey guided tours. Exploring the Caribbean is exciting, but booking guided tours through travel agencies can be unnecessarily expensive. Many tourists sign up for package tours without realizing that they can visit the same places for a fraction of the cost. These tours often include transportation, but the markup is huge compared to doing it yourself. Before booking any tour, research DIY options. Many attractions, such as waterfalls, rainforests, and historical sites, are open to the public and don't require a guide. Instead of paying for a private driver, consider using local buses or renting a bike. Public transportation is much cheaper and often gives you a more authentic travel experience. For example, a tourist in St. Lucia might pay $100 for a guided rainforest hike, but with a little planning, they could take a bus for just a few dollars and access the same trail for free. By skipping overpriced tours and exploring on your own, you not only save money, but also have the freedom to enjoy attractions at your own pace. Fake, local souvenirs. Buying souvenirs is a great way to remember your trip, but many shops sell overpriced items that aren't even made locally. Tourists often assume that everything labeled handmade or authentic is crafted by local artisans. In reality, many of these souvenirs are mass-produced in factories and sold at inflated prices. To avoid overpaying for fake goods, shop at local street markets instead of touristy gift shops. Markets usually have handmade crafts, jewelry, and artwork created by locals. Always check the labels before buying. If a product says, "Made in China" or another country, it's not an authentic Caribbean souvenir. For example, A traveler in the Dominican Republic might buy a bracelet advertised as handmade by locals for $20, only to later find out it was mass-produced and shipped from another country. Meanwhile, a real handmade bracelet from a street vendor might cost only $5 and directly support a local artisan. By shopping wisely, you can take home unique souvenirs while supporting the local economy. Expensive beach rentals. A relaxing day at the beach can quickly become expensive if you rent chairs, umbrellas, or snorkel gear. Many beach vendors charge high prices, knowing that tourists are willing to pay for comfort. What seems like a small fee can add up over multiple days, making beachside relaxation much more costly than expected. To avoid these extra expenses, bring your own gear if possible. A foldable beach mat, a travel-friendly umbrella, or even a simple towel can save you money. If you're staying at a hotel, check if they offer free beach chairs and umbrellas. Many resorts provide these for guests at no extra cost. Another smart way to save is by choosing public beaches, instead of private ones that charge entrance fees. Some beaches have free facilities or rental options at a much lower cost. For example, a traveler in Aruba might pay $25 daily to rent a chair, while a nearby hotel offers the same for free to its guests. A little planning can help you enjoy the beach without overspending. Tourist tax on attractions. Visiting famous attractions is a big part of any trip, but tourists often pay much higher entry fees than locals. Many places have different pricing for residents and visitors, sometimes charging tourists up to 4 times more. While this is common in many countries, it can feel unfair when you realize you're paying extra just for being a traveler. To avoid overpaying, check if there are discounts available for booking online. Many attractions offer lower prices when tickets are purchased in advance. Some museums, parks, or historical sites also have free entry days, which can be a great way to explore without spending money. Another way to save is by focusing on free attractions. Local markets, beautiful beaches, and nature parks don't charge an entrance fee and still offer an amazing experience. For example, a visitor in Puerto Rico might pay $20 to enter a museum, while a local only pays $5. By planning ahead and choosing budget-friendly activities, you can make the most of your trip without falling for these hidden costs. Currency exchange scams. Many travelers exchange money at airport kiosks or hotel currency desks, without realizing they're getting terrible rates. These places often charge high fees or offer lower exchange rates, causing tourists to lose a significant amount of money. Since visitors may not be familiar with the local currency, they end up accepting these unfair deals. A smarter way to handle money while traveling is to withdraw cash directly from an ATM. Banks usually offer better exchange rates compared to airport booths or hotels. Just make sure to use an ATM that belongs to a major bank to avoid extra withdrawal fees. Another great option is to use a credit card that doesn't charge foreign transaction fees. Many modern travel-friendly cards automatically convert currencies at the best available rates, saving you from hidden costs. For example, a traveler in the Caribbean might lose $50 by exchanging money at a hotel, whereas withdrawing cash from an ATM would have given them a much better deal. By planning ahead, you can avoid these currency exchange traps and keep more money for your trip. Traveling to the Caribbean is an unforgettable experience, but overspending on unnecessary costs can ruin the fun. From overpriced taxis and expensive tourist restaurants to costly guided tours and hidden fees, many travelers end up paying much more than they should. By making smart choices, like using local transport, eating where the locals go, booking tours yourself, and avoiding overpriced souvenirs, you can stretch your budget without missing out on the best parts of your trip. A little research before your trip can save you hundreds of dollars. Simple steps like checking online discounts, using ATMs for currency exchange, and choosing public beaches over private rentals can make a huge difference. Have you ever fallen for a tourist trap? Share your experience in the comments below. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more travel advice. Safe travels and happy exploring!